What it do, world? This is KT from KTTeeV, and I'm checking in for another episode of the Daily K. Today we got a special edition as we coming from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I got my best friend in the building, been rocking since we was at least 15, Jimmy Douglas. And so I'm going to give Jimmy an opportunity to introduce himself to the people. Jimmy, tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Hello, world. How y'all doing? I'm Jimmy, longtime friend, but a brother from another mother, actually. Ready to get out here in this world and see, can I help someone with some loving words?
Amen. All right. So like I said, as we talk about KTTeeV, the biggest thing we're trying to do is we're trying to motivate somebody, inspire somebody to push through. And so as we come at you, as you can see from the last podcast, we're really talking about perseverance and how we overcame things. Because I want people to understand it's all about the internal drive that's going to get them where they want to go. And so as we do that, Jimmy, and a few times I might refer to him as Wild, just because that's what we call him. So work with us. So tell the people a little bit about you and what you do right now as far as your career.
Right now, I am a granite installer / floater / CNC operator. 19 years. Granite was a privilege back then, but now, it's like a necessity almost. So it's in high demand. So I'm making money, and I'm actually living my best life right now.
Amen. Hey, and the thing about that is, I think on the other podcast I told Loke, I said I gave you a shout out, man, because I don't think it's easy down here in the Post City, man, to find your way and to make your money. So once again, I commend you for that. The question is, so how did you get into that career, man? What took you to the grant?
A friend of mine.
Yeah.
He needed help,
yeah,
and I needed a job, and beforehand I didn't know nothing about anything about tape measure, for as in just completing something like that.
Uh-huh.
And once I seen it I don't know, it like motivation, because the end result was like it was something I never seen before.
Yeah.
And I seen the money in it, so I stuck with it.
Yeah.
I stuck with it, and the more I learned, the more me as a person learned you really needed this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And some people just not fortunate. So I seen that, and I just stuck with it, stayed humble.
Yeah.
And just stayed in it. And
yeah, man. Yeah. And so I seen that you said 19 years in this thing. And so as like I said at KTTeeV, we all about talking about motivating and inspiring. So in 19 years of this thing, it had to be some things that made you want to just do this. Mm-hmm. So as you got into it, because I know where you came from. Mm-hmm. So as you got into it, what obstacles did you face getting there? And then as you got started young in the game, what obstacles did you face that sometimes may have wanted you to say, this ain't for me, let me do something different? But you said, nah, I got this.
Well, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah.
I am the only black guy that does this type of work.
Okay.
So now, I had to work for people that I knew that this is a game.
Yeah.
So I want to play it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, buy down. Oh yeah, it was blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of broken bones.
Yeah.
But
come on, man, broke bones.
Broke bones, man.
Man, how did you break bones?
Maybe 3 toes and 3 fingers.
Dropping the granite.
Yeah, this one hit my nail finna just grow back with this one. This was the last one I broke.
Come on,
but I jumped right back on the horse.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the income.
Yeah.
That's I mean, dedication is I'm very, very a big fan of dedication. Anything that'll motivate me to do better in a positive way, I'm with it. And I just wish that I can get some more people like to understand like it all you got to do is humble yourself, stick to it, and watch it grow. It's not going to be night and day, peaches and cream. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be a fight, especially if you're black.
Hey, man. So then, and now let's move into a little bit more of going back to our childhood, man, and just thinking about the things that we did. Is there anything that we learned growing up that was instrumental in when those times you said, no, I'm not going to do this? I'm not, or you said, no, this ain't for me, or my toe broke, I'm about to give up. But then it was something that we got from our childhood. Was there anything that you could pull from there, or what did you get the inspiration from?
As we were younger, we were always about making something, for ourselves. But at that time, we didn't know this is what we were going to be. But we had enough confidence and faith.
We just going to keep going.
And what I remember when you said we have to at least, and that was the key word, at least be 10 times better than what we was last year.
Baby.
God damn it, that's like an imprint in my head. And I just, I'm blessed, I'm fortunate, and I'm blessed for good health. Just things that can, But when we was younger, we was young and dumb. But we ain't let that dictate. We didn't. And I done bumped my head a couple of times. A few times.
We both did.
So, but I always told myself, you not like that.
No.
You not.
No. I'm
so, I did that. I started over 5 times. I did that. But
look where we at.
Look.
Say, man. All right, man. Like I said, I'm glad you brought up the fact of starting over. That kind of takes me back to our childhood, and just thinking about the things that we went through. The good thing is we can reflect on what we went through.
Yes, sir.
And maybe how did some of those decisions get us here, because it really was all the decisions that we made then that was got us here.
Oh, of course.
So then taking it back to the beginning, man, what are some of the memories that you got of us getting started as far as business side and things like that?
Well, turning 16, getting a car. And I was always into electronics almost. And, music was my deal back then. So it was almost like a comfort zone. Like I loved doing it to where that people was paying for me to do it. And then everybody knew, because I guess it was a passion of mine. And, and I just, not even thinking that, this going to pay off. I just like doing it. So things did pay off. And, I reflect back on stuff like that because, when I think about where's the path, where did it begin? It actually began back then because, the motivation was there. So, everything else was easy. That's why I think back, what was the motivation? Like, why was the reason, we was fortunate to have cars? Why was the reason that, we was fortunate
to have jobs?
Exactly, jobs. And the situations, the people that we come across, and it all dictated it.
Man. Say, man.
I regret a little, but Not much.
Say, man, no regrets, just lessons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just learn something from past, man.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, man, the world, it's a lot to regret, man. But the thing is, had you not went through that, would you still be here? You know?
Right.
So you can't really regret it, man, because it still made you who you are, whether good or bad. But the thing is, you learn from it. If it was a mistake or you felt a mistake, then you just grow from it, man. I can dig that, man. So then I think about, like I say, as youngsters, you know, we was grinding. We 16 years old, man, and so. As you say, we was fortunate, man. Do you just feel any instances of, like, because we hung with people that wasn't doing that too. So it's easily we could have said, I don't want to. They good.
Product.
So why do you think it was different, man? Like, what you seen in that side versus the other side with our friends who wasn't grinding like that?
Me living in the projects was enough motivation to get out the project, do whatever I needed to do. Yeah. And far as in thinking a way, I never thought that I couldn't. Yeah.
Okay. That's the biggest first part.
You know, I never thought that, you know? Yeah. It was always just trying to find a lane, but I knew that it was going to be a lane. I just didn't know because, you know, I really didn't know what I loved, but
it just kept pushing.
Look, I pushed and I pushed and I pushed.
Yeah,
I failed and I failed and I learned.
Yeah,
it made me more humble.
Yeah,
learn from my mistake for sure.
You better
and thinking more on the next time.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
this might need a little bit more thought to it, but my problem is I cannot stop until I get it right.
Yeah, ain't no wrong with that, man.
That's my problem.
Well, that's a double-edged sword then. If it delay the money, but it don't have to be 100% perfect, then that could be ugly. Yeah. But making sure you get your shit right, stay professional,
right?
Then that's a good drive and motivation because when you do your business in your name, you represent yourself. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and everything. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that, man. Right. Sometimes that ain't bad, man. And so, do you think, even with us getting together, because even after absence, like we still pushed through, we still did business together, we still kept things going. So, do you think if we wouldn't have like got together post Albertson's dialing, that we would still be in different lanes, but in the same place today?
Different lanes, same place.
Yeah, different lanes. Because if we wouldn't have did all that, we wouldn't be closer we were. Because we hey.
You know, that just gives us more respect. For one another.
Yeah, man.
You know?
I know where you been.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't think so because I think, you know, God let things happen for a reason.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, what's to say that we didn't? And, you know, it was a whole different deal. Yeah. You know, not saying good or bad, but different to where that it might would be bad.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be. So, but all in all, Dude, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Look, I look up to you.
Already, brother. I appreciate it.
You know, sometimes, you know, I ask myself, what Mr. Tia do? But stay humble because my mom pretty much just like yours.
Yeah.
So I know I had it hard.
Yeah.
But I didn't, you know, I knew that one day that I'm going to have to make the decisions, but I was so blessed and glad that I did get my butt whooped. Yeah. To where that, you know, these days, people don't fear. So it's hard. Yeah, man. It's hard to even get them to listen. Yeah. But, you know, I love to teach, and I love to show person any black, like this can work.
Yeah. So
this can work.
Dude, that brings me to my next point though. So as we talked about the present, then we just came back from the past. Now going forward, man, and saying that I like to teach. Have you ever thought about how could you like do that on a grander scale of training people up? You know, even as in starting like your own stuff or just how could you help? Like, have you thought about how could you pay it forward?
Well, it'll definitely be in my field of work, because you know I done already got that. So, you know, I'm the person that teach anybody come to my job. I'm actually the trainer. Yeah, and I don't know how it happened, but it doesn't. I don't care. Yeah. Like, I'd rather do it. Yeah, because I want that person to do things right. Yeah, man. You know, and I'm a team player, so you know, if we can all, you know, come up, you know, and make sure to do things right and have a, you know, easy time causing all this resentment and man. I don't do that. Yeah, you know, I teach in a positive way to where that they like me. Yeah, man. You know, I don't, you know, I don't try to lay it on thick, but that's my, you know, my personality. Yeah. So, you know, I always encourage.
You know, that go back to what we do as far as even in our district. You know, when we train teachers, we got a chart and it says meaningful work, but meaningful relationships. Right. You know, and so we keep that chart and we give them to teachers at the beginning of their career. You know, we talk to teachers about that and say if there's not a meaningful relationship, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get no meaningful work. You know, and so I think that's a good way to carry things, man, until nobody's gonna work for you if they don't like you. Right. You know, so they'll show up and get a check. But when you talk about how can we excel our team, if they don't like you,
they not gonna be with it.
We're not gonna excel. You know what I mean? So I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. Well, man, is there any last words that you would like to give to the people, man, as we wrap this thing up?
Well, the word humble is so, you know, like I mean, that is so important in a man's, you know, life because they go through trials and tribulations. Yes, sir. And, you know, it's all about your reactment of whatever the situation is. Yes, and staying humble. Yeah, man. It's a most, and sometimes, hey, it's hard. Yeah, man. But the outcome.
Yeah, man. Say, man.
The outcome.
In grad school, I read a book, and I don't know if I talked to you about this before, but I talked to somebody about this just today. The book is called Peaks and Valleys. Peaks and Valleys. Peaks and Valleys. And so it's about what are you doing while you up at your peak to make sure that when you get back to your valley that you're gonna be okay. Right. Right? Because it said that there's gonna be some valleys. So the thing is, in knowing that and not living like there's not gonna be, then how are you setting yourself up, you know, when you do got them valleys? So I feel you on that, man. And so as we wrap that up, man, I just want to say I appreciate you.
No problem.
For getting down on this podcast, man. It's another episode of the Daily K. That's going to do it for it. One more time, I'm KT. It's KTTeeV 100.